That was unnecessary.
Hey guys, welcome back. I am doing my side garden, and yes, it is very, very narrow, which is why I mostly stick to annual plants like sunflowers or things like that at the end of the season I pull up. I do have 3 perennials that are there, but I keep them trimmed back, and I may be moving them. I'm not too sure. I put them there temporarily just because I didn't have another place for them when I got them. I thought the backyard garden would be as more established and completed and ready for planting, but it is not. It is still a blank slate, and we still need to get that area prepped and ready, and it's just taking a lot longer than I expected because time is money and I don't have a lot of either at the moment. So we're just taking it slow and doing the best we can with what we have already. I am planting Proven Winners Vista series, except with the exception of one. So that first purple one is the Supertunia Bordeaux, and then the white Supertunia is the Snowdrift Vista. I think it's the Supertunia Vista Snowdrift. And then I have the Jazzberry and the Bubblegum. I have not tried any of these before. I think last year I tried one of the Calabrigoas, but I can't remember the name of it. It was a yellow one, and I did not have much success for that one. I think I just didn't read the instructions very well, and I did not take care of it like I should have. So I'm just going to get all of these in here, as well as plant some sunflowers. I did the teddy bear sunflowers for this year for my sunflower wall. Last year I did a different combination of sunflowers, but they were really big and really tall. And I know that the teddy bears don't get super large, so I'm hoping that that will be a better option this year. But I am going to do some other varieties of sunflowers in different areas in my yard. Once I get everything in the ground, I'm going to water them in, and I'm going to make sure that I keep an eye on the sunflower seeds that I planted as well. Those are going to have to be watered regularly until they start to become a little bit established and start to peek through. This is the finished product so far. I still have a little bit more to go. Hopefully I can get that done soon. I have been kind of under the weather from a recent food poisoning, so it's been a little while since I've been up here, but I've been getting back into it the last couple of weeks. Hey guys, so this is not the end of this video because I ended up getting the rest of the stuff, and I decided just to go ahead and stitch the videos together. So this is a different day, maybe a week or so later. I ended up deciding I wanted to get some Sweet Carolina vines. I think there's 2 of them. One, the green one, which is the one most people are familiar with, which is the Sweet Carolina Sweetheart Lime. I apologize for any of the noise in the background. We do live in a big area, so there's lots of traffic, and today is trash day. I also have the black one that you may have already seen, and that was the Sweet Carolina Raven. And I'll have those tags posted similar to like the beginning of the video so that you can read up on them if you need to and see if it's something you'd like to pick out for your own garden one day. So I decided to go ahead and alternate them like I did at the beginning between the Sweet Carolina Sweetheart Lime and the Sweet Carolina Raven. So I'm just doing the Jazzberry, the Snowdrift, the Bordeaux, and Bubblegum again, and putting them in that same alternating type of design. I also went and got my sunflower seeds that I already grew on because it got pretty chilly outside. And so I started them inside, and I'm going to transplant those as well along the back wall towards the backyard. So I hope by the middle of the season it will be super full and super thick and plush. I really want this to really fill in this space completely, and there's not many gaps between the plants. I did want to mention too that this whole wall, actually the entire perimeter of our fencing area, our property line, has poison ivy. You can probably see it pushing through along with honeysuckle, which smells absolutely wonderful this time of the year. And I try really hard not to get any of it on me, but it doesn't really bother me that much. I sometimes break out, but I guess because I've been around this stuff for many, 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 many years, it doesn't really bother me that much at all, and I really don't get a reaction from it. But let's just say I did get poison ivy by the time I was done. It doesn't usually show up that first day. It usually takes a few days if the oils of the plant get on your skin. And please, it is not contagious. It's only if the oils transfer onto someone else or something else like your clothing that it can spread. So you are not contagious if you have poison ivy, as long as you've washed your hands and your arms or wherever you're affected, and it will not transfer to anybody else. It may seem like it's spreading because maybe it's just an internal thing, but it really isn't. It just takes some people's bodies a little bit longer to react to it. So typically if I did get poison ivy, it may not show up for at least 2 or 3 days for me. And when it does, it's very minor and it goes away within a few days if I leave it alone. If I scratch it, it tends to just make it worse because I am just reopening up the oils that may be still trapped in my skin. So definitely just make sure you leave it alone. You can use calamine lotion if you need to, if you feel comfortable with it, if you're not allergic, or you can just do what I do and it will go away. But just make sure that if you have been in contact with it, that you wash anything that it has come in contact with, such as your clothes, your bedding, and things like that. Otherwise, it will just keep persisting and you may have it longer than a few days. So yes, I ended up getting poison ivy from this, even though I was trying to be as careful as possible and wearing gloves. But like I said, it doesn't usually bother me so much. I am using the Happy Frog medium that I normally use. I use this one and the Coco Core. It just really depends on where I'm going with it. If I don't know, they both work really well. So it just, whatever I feel like picking up for that day, and I try and alternate between them just to give just a little bit of different, I guess, nutrients or whatever each of them provides, and not being so heavy on just one medium. Once I get everything done, I will end up putting in my sunflower seeds on a different day. I didn't have a whole lot of time to get all of this done, but here's the finished product so far. I will probably do an update just to show you how they're doing as well. I also purchased Proven Winners, I think, water-soluble fertilizer that I should do either once every week or every 2 weeks, and I'll show you the progress as we go along. I hope you have a wonderful day and you enjoyed seeing the progression of the garden. And you'll see me in the next video. Bye, guys.